Self-Love is the New Sexy, the podcast devoted to helping you overcome life's most painful and stubborn challenges so you can feel great, have more energy, and live stress-free every day. To reach your full potential, simply work with the powerful spiritual principles that are readily accessible to everyone. It's easier than you think, and on today's show, W. Mark Watts is going to show you how starting with self-love is the key to joyously and harmoniously making that happen.
Hey everybody, this is W. Mark Watts. Thank you and welcome for hanging out with me for another episode of Self-Love is the New Sexy. And today's episode, we're going to talk about self-love through visualization. Self-love through visualization. Now, today I'm coming to you with something hot off the press, because even though I've known that visualization is a very, very powerful technique for accomplishing other goals, I never thought about it in terms of loving yourself until one of my mentors, I was watching a video the other day, and he mentioned an exercise, or actually he gave us a specific exercise for the specific topic that he was talking about that day. And so what I did was I thought about it. It occurred to me. I'm like, wow, even though he mentioned this type of visualization with respect to a different topic, it's still very similar in scope to what I talk about on my podcast. So I guess what? I thought it'd be great for the audience, for the family, everyone here to hear about it and to at least think about it. And if it resonates with you, give it a shot, because I am doing it on a daily basis myself now. Actually, I just started yesterday. So I'll be giving you an update on the effects or the outcomes or the results or the way I feel after I give it, a good 2 to 3 week run of consistent action. I'll give you an update, let you know what results that I'm receiving, and then I'll ask you the same thing. So let me just get to the juice of it. And it's a very simple exercise, but please don't underestimate it, because again, if you do a Google search for visualization techniques or how popular is visualization, or how effective is visualization, or is it even a real thing? If you do your research on effects of visualization on individual results, you are going to find numerous cases, all kinds of cases, where people will swear by the fact that they've used visualization techniques as part of their success, regardless of whether it's in business, in love, with family, with jobs. It doesn't matter. It works. So again, never underestimate it. I actually have to do a much better job of it, because I've done it in spurts and I've thought about doing it, but again, I just haven't done a really good job of it. So now is an opportunity for me to actually practice this more thoroughly so that I can even give you more feedback about my results. But here's the exercise. It's similar to a short meditation, but essentially all you do is you find a nice quiet place, give yourself a couple minutes, 3 minutes is really all you need to start, and close your eyes and envision or place your focus in your heart, because your heart, there is a huge energy source. So much occurs in your heart that we actually don't talk about very much. And I'm not going to go into it right now, so just kind of trust me on this for now. Maybe I'll do another episode about that. But it's a huge, huge energy source. Very intuitive, very intelligent. So in order to go into your heart, if with your eyes closed, it might help if you look at your heart with your eyes closed. You can also think about your heart, or think about that space where your heart belongs. And that in and of itself is all that means when I say go into your heart. Focus on your heart. That's all that means. You're intuitive. Your senses, your mind will do the rest. So go into your heart. And once you're there, I want you to come up with a symbol for love, or symbol for security, a symbol for success. Something, and it can be absolutely anything. First thing pops in your mind, use it. Don't overthink it. Don't make it more difficult than it has to be. The first symbol thing that pops in your mind, then let's start with that. For me, it's a huge red, bright red heart. So I use that. Now, the next step is you already should have a pretty good picture of yourself, what you look like, or take one of your most precious pictures of yourself, or create one if you need to. But place yourself in that image. Just place it in that image, in that same picture, or inside the heart, or inside the home, or, if it's a tiger, on the tiger, whatever it might be. Place yourself in that image and then focus on that image. And the more vivid you can picture that image, the better. So just focus in on it. Are there any sounds? What colors are there? Are there any other things in the picture? How do you look? And make sure, the other thing, make sure you use a picture where you're smiling, where you feel good. Don't use a picture where you're unhappy or frowning or confused. Use a picture, use an image where you're in a good mood, where your vibration is high and it shows on your face and your body energy. And again, if you don't have one, create one. Take one right real quick and use that image. But place that image in there and then just make it as vivid and as real as you possibly can. And then just focus on that for another minute or two, or as long as you want, until your body says, your mind says, I'm good. Or that other R&B song, one of the lyrics says, do it till you're satisfied. So just meditate on it, focus on it until you're satisfied, and then let it go. And then we want to do it again. So I suggest that you do this twice a day. Start out before you go to bed, and then as soon as you wake up, because those are two powerful times where your subconscious mind is open to new thoughts. And that's why oftentimes the things that I tell you about, I also want you to start right before you go to bed and then when you wake up. That's why, because you're very receptive to new ideas, new thoughts, new vibrations, and you're more willing to act on them, because once your subconscious takes over, it's going to help direct your path toward those thoughts and those things that you think about in those moments. So again, twice a day, before you go to bed, and then when you wake up in the morning. First thing, as soon as you wake up in the morning. And if you want to add an afternoon one in there, feel free to do so. I'm starting out with 2, but I'm sure that I'll be adding 3, because I'm in a space right now where there's a lot of change, I've got a lot of ideas, and I'm feeling that I'm in a place where it's time to do some new things. So I'm going to use every technique that I possibly can to help me get more into that energy and ride that wave, so that the next several months can become a huge shift for me, because I feel like it's coming anyway. So I want to do what I can to spur things along. Again, this very simple, quick meditation, and this is used for the purpose of increasing, improving, encouraging you to love yourself. It raises the vibration because it makes you the centerpiece of what you deem to be success, happy, love, secure, all those things that are high vibrational. You're putting yourself and you're really connecting yourself to those things, those energies. And that's essentially what we talk about on this podcast. That's what self-love is about. Using thoughts, upgrading our thoughts, thinking about things differently so that we can more direct and more intensely connect ourselves with those high vibrations, because we all know when you connect yourself with that higher vibration, what does it do? It raises your vibration. That's just the nature of the beast. That's physics. And we want to be in that space where we're constantly raising our vibration. Why? Because it makes us happier. When we're happier, we're more likely to do those things, to carry out our mission, to do what we're here to do, so that we can play our part in this vast universe. And then we can also help contribute, be examples for other people to do the very same thing. So that's all I got for you today. I'm super excited. I mean, I've got some great topics coming up for the next week or so to talk about, and I'm in a great space. I am listening to my R&B slow jams. So I'm going to close out right now because I'm ready to go handle my last couple chores so I can chill out, relax to some more R&B before I go to bed tonight. So again, if this resonates with you, you really want to help yourself move into the strongest, most powerful vibe in the world and increase your self-love, visualize it. Quick visualization tool, if I can spit it out here. Try it. Let me know what you think about it, and if it's being effective for you. And you know, I'm always open to your thoughts. So hit me up, whether it's on Twitter or Instagram. Most people find me on Instagram and hit me up there, or Facebook, my Facebook page, or my website as well. Or you can also send me an email at mark@wmarkwatts.com. That's MARC. And I will respond in kind. Until we speak again, be good, visualize, love yourself. Talk with you again soon. Bye now.
You've been listening to Self-Love is the New Sexy with W. Mark Watts. If you enjoyed today's show, be sure to tell a friend. Also, make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing to our show on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you listen to podcasts.